Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. With Raid, we have a lot going on. There's events ending, there's things starting, and there are ×2 on Void Shards, which means I'm tempted to pull. If you are a new player looking to start Raid Shadow Legends, then be sure that you're using my link. You can either scan the QR code on the screen, click the link down in the description box. By using this exclusive link, you're going to start your account off with Elenaril on day 1, so right away you're going to get a legendary champion. At level 10, I'll send you Uugo, that epic champion. Level 20, you'll get Rector Drath, and at level 30, you'll get Mausoleum Mage. These 4 amazing champions are going to help you out with your raid journey. Now that you've downloaded using my link, you want to make sure that you are entering a new player code. You do have to enter this within 72 hours of actually downloading the game. The code that I suggest using is Monkey King. This is going to get you Sun Wukong, who is a legendary champion who is very good, but only here for a limited time. So you're going to want to make sure that you claim that. Now is also the perfect time to start because on top of everything, you're also going to get Alice. So Alice is another free legendary that you get just by logging in. If you log in for 7 days, you will obtain her. And then if you keep logging in after that, there are going to be other rewards. So you want to make sure that you are logging in and getting her before she's gone. I do say I'm tempted to pull, but ironically enough, I actually don't really have Void Shards right now because I recently pulled them all and it was really good. And it is my favorite time to actually pull shards when it is ×2. However, if you see that last video that I posted where I did all my Void Shards, I think I hit my mercy on that one and then it was even more lucky and I walked away from it getting more than I expected. So I'm telling myself, it's probably not going to happen again, like realistically. But I'm also thinking about it like shards for fusion because one of the things holding me back from my Mikage fusion is actually getting these 2 rare voids right here. And every time I pull shards, I'm hoping I got them and I haven't yet. If I pull the epic, that'd be even better because that would save me the work of like fusing them. But I'm also telling myself if I don't pull voids, how am I going to get these? And it's just going to hold me back from fusing Mikage. Listen to me trying to convince myself, right? But they do also have another event apart from the ×2 voids on epic and legendaries. It is the ×10 to get the Queen of Hearts. So I think the only logical thing here to do is to go and take a look at the Queen of Hearts skills and then maybe decide if we're going to pull. I am going to do this differently because normally I just go over the skills. The first thing I actually want to do, I'm going to look at the reviews and then we'll look at the skills. So she is a legendary support type. Looking at the reviews, I already see 5s across the board. Keep in mind, it is 94 ratings, but that's 94 ratings, and that's a lot of 5s and 4 points. So she seems very useful everywhere. I think it's only fair now. We'll look at her skills and then decide, but I'm already kind of leaning towards wanting to grab her. So her aura increases ally accuracy in all battles by 70. Okay, we like some extra accuracy. Sometimes you need that. Her skill 1 attacks all enemies. So off the bat, we have an AoE on that skill 1. Places a 60% decrease defense debuff for 2 turns and fills the turn meter of all allies by 5%. All of this on a skill 1 is actually really good. The fact that it is an AoE. Okay, let's look at the skill 2. Removes all buffs from all enemies and places the Deathbrand debuff on the initial target for 2 turns and places the True Fear debuff on all enemies for a turn. Oh, and keep in mind the Deathbrand is where essentially the allies can't be revived, right? And then True Fear as well being a really nice one. The fact that that is going to go on everybody for a turn fills this champion's turn meter by 5% for each buff removed by this skill. And we can essentially bring this down to a 3-turn cooldown. It's the True Fear on there. The Deathbrand's nice as well. I think that's one of the newer debuffs that's into the game, but the True Fear is actually what's really nice on here. Okay, let's look at the skill 3. Teams up with all allies to attack a single enemy, but before attacking, places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. Ooh, so we're buffing up our attack, and then we're all teaming up onto one of them, and decreases the cooldown of this target's off with their head skill by 2 turns if the target is killed. So if you actually manage to kill the enemy, and assuming, say, you're bringing in other people who can do quite a bit of damage on there, I mean, you're doing the increased buff on them, so good chance of that. That's going to come back to the skill 2. This we already have on a 4-turn cooldown, plus an extra 2 turns gone from it. That's huge. You can potentially, like, cycle through your skills. Ooh, she seems really good, right? Like, these skills alone? Okay, we gotta look at the passive. So for every 10 buffs the enemy team receives, grants this champion an extra turn. If there are multiple champions, okay, yeah, fair, but Ooh, so potentially. So if she gets granted and can go again, you're going to be cycling through until your skill 3, which cycles back into your skill 2 and your skill 1. She has so much potential. She seems really good. I could see her being used PvP, absolutely, of course. And even PvE, something like, really all of them. Like, you could probably even use her in spiders, but Dragon's Lair, yeah, absolutely. Ice Golem, for sure. Fire Knight, absolutely, 100%. I feel like she would fit so well into any team. And then if we are thinking about the PvP side, it can potentially be devastating depending who you're bringing along. She has a lot of control with her skills and a lot of the buffs there. So being able to remove all the buffs from the enemies, placing these... Guys, she seems really good. And honestly, I really am like swayed to actually try to pull, to potentially try to get her. And honestly, I feel like if I don't actually get her, I may potentially have some FOMO in here. But to me, she seems super good. And I hate to say it, but she seems like she's worth it to pull for and is really swaying me that way right now. What do you guys think? Are you excited for her? Are you going to try to pull for her? Because honestly, I think I might. On top of those void events, we have some other ones happening as well. So ongoing is going to be at the Alice Chase, Alice's Adventure in Raid, and the Event Dungeon. All are going to keep going on. There is going to be some stuff ending, including the Artifact Drop Fever. So this is the one that is currently ongoing, and this is ongoing with the Dragon Tournament. That one has the special rules where you can only use champions from certain factions, and currently you have an increased chance of getting speed artifacts from the Dragon's Lair. That one is going to be ending while another one is going to be starting. So for this one, it is actually going to coincide with the Ice Golem. So for the Ice Golem, that one is going to be simple. The tournament, all you have to do, the more artifacts you raid, the higher their rarity, the more points you get. But you are going to have triple the chance of getting cursed artifacts for this one. So something to keep in mind. If you did want to do some farming, that could be a good time to do that. We do also have the Tea Party Titan event. This one is going to be ending soon. So for this one, keep that in mind in case you still have points you need to earn. The tournaments are going to be some of those places that you can do that, but that is one of the things that is going to be ending just past the weekend. So depending if there's something you were aiming for in there, if you were trying to get the Soul Stone for Mad Hatter, then that's going to be your time to really push and try to finish those off. They're going to have the Tag Team Arena tournament happening as well. If you need more motivation to do your Tag Team Arena, I still suggest using your tokens. However, at least there is a tournament ongoing. You may as well do it. See what you can grab from here. Doesn't hurt to give you a little bit of extra motivation in there, right? They also have the Champion Chase tournament. Champion Chase tournament does coincide with the Void Summon event, which is perfect because it's always nice when, if you're going to be pulling shards anyway and they have the Champion Chase going on, then you get yourself some extra points. Maybe you can snag one of those top 5 slots and maybe it'll convince you even more if you want to actually pull or not, if you need more convincing. Or if you've decided you're going to skip and hold out, then something else that you can keep in mind. Some of the other stuff happening is the Gear Enhancement event along with the Dungeon Divers event. These two events are the ones that are ongoing, but they are going to be ending over the weekend. So if you have not earned enough points yet, now is the time to do so. And if you need some gear that needs upgrading and you've been waiting for it, or waiting for maybe like a clan versus clan or something like this going on, it's a good time to do so. And Dungeon Divers as well, so it will coincide with you farming those dungeons. So if you're currently already farming the Dragons tournament and trying to get that speed, or if you're going to be farming the Ice Golem tournament, it's a good time to do so because you are going to get even more points to finish off your Dungeon Divers event. And then of course, there is also the warm-up event. So warm-up event's going to be happening where you can go ahead and grab yourself some of the, maybe an Ancient Shard, some EXP, multi-battles, crystals, or some of those teacup points so that you're able to complete off your Tea Party Titan event. All of that is going to be continuing, ongoing, and ending. That is it for today's video of what is happening, what is ending, and potentially if we will be summoning for this champion. And I want you guys to comment down below and let me know if you are going to be. And remember, if you are looking to start playing Raid Shadow Legends as a new player, use my link, either click it down in the description box or scan the QR code on the screen so that you do get yourself that free legendary champion on day 1 with Elenaril. And then again, level 10, you're going to get Uugo, level 20 will be Rector Drath, and level 30 will be Mausoleum Mage. Be sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out if I do end up doing these shard pulls, or if I do end up doing them and I get her to showcase her skills. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Next level.